Oh, look at this. I'm going 27. I gotta go back and do this again. It never read. It never read. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Whoa. What the heck was that? Look at this thing. Whoa, man, look at that. Could have hurt somebody. What is this? It's heavy. Interesting. I'm gonna keep it. There's some more debris over here. Look at that. Oh, it must be the other part of this. That could wreak havoc on a motorcycle. Could do some real damage on a car too. I think I'm about to break a law. What's up, my ninjas? Yeah, I'm doing it. I don't care. Whatever. Anyway, hey, it's a really nice day today. It's a little cool out. I thought it was 75, but once I got up to a little bit of a speed, it felt a little less than 75. Really nice out today. I thought I'd take a little cruise, see what's happening. Plus, I don't, a lot of the times when I get on the bike, I want to go fast, just get there, do it, fast. But today I don't really, I just kind of want to chill. And since they kind of have this closed off, I kind of wanted to check it out. Looks like a brand new neighborhood. Looks like they're gonna build more roads there. Looks like the foundation for a house. It's one of our model homes. Come check out our model home. I wonder if this connects to the other neighborhood. I bet it does. No, this does not connect to the other one. So I'm just out cruising today. I'm on the east side of 35 where all the roads are straight as can be. But on the other side of 35 is where the roads get twisty, windy, fun to ride. I'm not over there today. I should be, but then I'd probably be going faster, concentrating, not be able to talk to you guys. Just some random thoughts I had while riding. I've been taking my oldest boy to and from school a lot lately, and I've been using the bike because the weather's been good. And I got to thinking about it. When I ride, especially with him on it, I tend to lock my elbows and lean on the handlebars. I tend to do that, and I'm not supposed to. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have like a light touch on the handlebars. The handlebars are your control surface. You don't need to be on them, It got me to thinking, it's like when I was at the track, that was never an issue. And I realized because of the track, I'm sitting down lower, right? I'm trying to go fast. I got my elbows out, and I'm doing this number here. I'm going back and forth. And I'm not just going at a certain speed where I can just kind of lean on the bike. I'm sitting back in the seat. I've got my head down low, and I'm worried about body positioning through the turns and stuff. And it's a constant speed up, slow down. Speed up, slow down. Get in the turn, take the line. Whereas when you're on the street, you're not riding like that. You're typically just riding at a specific speed, and you're not really concentrating on the ride itself. You're just kind of commuting, I guess, back and forth or whatever. So I kind of was thinking about when you're riding, recreational or commuting or whatever, where you're not really pushing yourself or doing much. Your body position really kind of sucks. You tend to put your feet flat on the pegs. You sit maybe a little too far forward or a little too far back, and then you lean on the handlebars, and then that means you can't You can't really control the bike like it needs to be controlled. If something was to happen, you know, you wouldn't be able to react as quickly because you got your elbows locked. You know, kind of like when you stand around with your knees locked, you can't really can't react as quick. You know, just some random thoughts. And I've seen that you guys might have seen these videos out. There's been a few of them around lately. The speed wobbles. If you haven't seen them, what happens is basically the front end of the bike comes up just enough to cause the front wheel to lose a little bit of speed, and when it gets back on the road, it wobbles, and it causes the forks, the handlebars to blah, 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 blah. I mean, I've had it happen before. Typically what happens is when you do a hard acceleration, that front end, especially in the leader bikes, you pull that front end up, and when it hits back down, it's not done, it doesn't hit it quite like it should. And so when the front wheel is trying to compensate with the speed, and so it wobbles, and it causes front end to shake. Now, the videos that I've seen, the real big one was the guy did this, got on ramp onto the highway down in Australia, just gassing it, and his front wheel got the wobbles, and he fell off the bike and slid underneath the 18-wheeler, and all he got was like a busted knee, you know, scraped up knee or whatever. Nothing serious. He's very, very blessed, very lucky to survive that with nothing, because that could have killed him very easily. Saw another one where this guy was on a cruiser, and I don't know what his deal was, but his bike was wobbling, and then he like did this, did this, like it looked really neat, but I'm sure it really hurt the guy. But the bike just wobbled, and then it like fell over and did like this, it almost looked like a dance move, really. Like if he'd have been able to get back up, it would have been like, wow, that's the most awesome thing I've ever seen. But he fell off the bike and slid, and the story is he was able to get up on his own power and get up to the side, and he had minimal injuries. I don't know how fast he was going, but he slid on his right side quite a bit. He had an open face helmet too. I can't imagine his face looking too good after that, but hey, you know, he didn't die. And then another one I saw, these two guys were, I guess, on the interstate. The one guy shooting the video, he's hitting about 130 or so, and he looks over, and his buddy is like going crazy, and he's like just wobbling, and he just gets over, and then finally it calms down, and he pulls off to the side of the road, and that's where the video cut off. But you know, in each one of those cases, I think the biggest problem is that people didn't really know what to do once that happened, you know? And you only have a few seconds to kind of, and there's another video I saw. I think this guy did a wheelie and he landed again, and did the wobble and was able to recover it, but it was hard to see because the camera was on the front of his helmet and everything was right here, down low. So I've had the speed wobbles sometimes. Like I come around, and I stopped at an intersection one time, and when I come around the corner, I accelerated, and it just enough to mess up that front end, and it wobbled somewhat, and I did freak out a little bit, but my instinct was to kind of just roll off the throttle and let the handlebars figure out what they want to do. I don't think a lot of people know. I don't think a lot of people have that instinct. And so the first thing they want to do is they want to either control it, like hold it steady, which you can't do, or try to counteract it, which also, even if you had the ability to, you probably wouldn't have the timing, and therefore make it worse, and then you'd end up low siding or high siding depending on which way you fell. So in my opinion, in my experience, when the speed wobbles come, it's best to just kind of let the bike do its thing. Don't slam the brakes on. Don't jam off the accelerator. Just let the bike do its thing. And hopefully you have time to recover before you hit something, because that could be nasty. So, I mean, you guys probably, I don't know if you guys have ever come across the speed wobbles and what you did to correct it. But my instinct is just to kind of let the bike do its thing. You know, don't accelerate, don't jam off the, you know, don't twist off the accelerator. Just kind of like let everything calm down for a second, and hopefully it'll all work out. But the reason I mentioned body position and the speed wobbles is because, you know, if you have proper body position, you can deal with things a lot better. You know, if I'm leaning on the handlebars, I got my elbows locked and my shoulders kind of in a bad position, then I'm not going to be able to react to anything that goes on with the bike in a way that really is going to matter, you know. So the key is, you know, like when I was at the track, they teach you proper positioning. You know, you put the balls of your feet on the pegs. You sit in your seat and are comfortable. You grip the tank with your thighs. You know, you grip that tank, and then when you do your body positioning, you just slide over left and right. And ideally, you don't sit on the seat as much as you just you hover over it. That ideally is what you do. But we all know that that's not what happens. You know, you always plop your butt down in the seat. It's not a big deal, not a big deal. But body position is everything. I never once locked my elbows at the track. Now, maybe when I was going to and from the track, from the paddocks, I would, but that's, you know, I'm just sitting, waiting. Actually, you know, I'm going 15 miles an hour to and from the track. That's a little different. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on in between. Leo DiCaprio. Ah! What did I do? So yeah, proper body position can correct a lot of the problems that you may have when you're riding. You know, it's a little different when you're on a cruiser or a dirt bike, but the idea is the same. You don't want to lock your elbows. You know, on a cruiser, it's not that big of a deal because you're actually more hanging on to the handlebars rather than leaning over them. But you know, that's the idea. I guess that's gonna wrap it up for today. Let's see what happens with this. Scooter man. Boiled linseed oil on the plastic. That'll bring it back up to black. Yeah, I always see these and I always want to tell people. It's my good deed, right?